Good morning. Welcome back to the Texarkana Contractors Podcast, where we're putting the spotlight on businesses and people, keeping our community running strong. Today, I've got guest Tony, who literally raises the roof in Texarkana. Tony Langford with Langford Roofing. Today is Friday, October the 3rd. This is our fifth uh, podcast that we have done here. So, now Tony's company is known for hand-nailed shingles, woven valleys, and quality that lasts. But today we're going to find out if Tony himself can weather the storm of my questions. We'll talk roofing, community, and maybe even uncover if he's ever used duct tape on the job. Spoiler alert, I hope not. So grab your ladder, hold on to your hard hat, and let's climb into this conversation with Tony Langford. Uh, I guess we're going to jump right in here. What inspired you to start Langford Roofing, and how's the journey been so far?
Well, man, I actually grew up in it. My dad started Randy Langford Roofing in Gilmer, mid 60s. He was a kid himself. I mean, like mid teens. So he's been doing it all his life. And as I got older, 7, 8 years old, I started cleaning the ground for him. 12 years old, I started nailing shingles on. 16 years old, I was doing it full time. I quit school at an early age and went to work full time. Uh, my early years, it was hot, it was miserable, it was dirty. I did not find it to be the greatest job in the world, just full transparency. But with age, it has really come to realize how much it's done for my family, and that it's been a blessing in my life that early years I did not realize.
Absolutely, and it's paid off in dividends, the sacrifices. So,
Yeah, it's been a lot of miserable sacrifices to get there.
what makes Langford Roofing different than other roofing companies in Texarkana?
I think there's a lot of great guys here. I will say I do feel like I'm one of the few actual roofing experts left. I'm not saying there's not any out there, but I grew up in this. I've done it my whole life. I was on the roof myself for 20 years, commercial, residential. There's just not many of us guys left. I'm very picky about what I do. I'll tell you, at this point, one of the biggest differences between us and most companies is being in business so long. We have very little turnover, if not hardly any. I've had two crew leaders. We have had two crew leaders for 21, 22 years. I've had one since I was 17 years old.
Wow.
I don't know, was that 29? I'm 46, so
that makes you. I mean, you're like 60. So.
Yeah, I know. These are roofing years, by the way, guys. I know you always get some 56. But we've had another crew since I was 17 years old. I hired two of my best friends when I was 17. I was running a sub crew for my father, and they are still with us today. And consistency, they know what I expect. They expect the same thing out of themselves. I think that's one of the biggest differences.
That speaks volumes too. I mean, you've got guys been around for 30 years. I mean, that tells you you're doing something right there. So
no doubt.
Can you walk us through the process of dealing with a customer from the first call all the way to the final inspection?
A lot of times, I'd say probably 50, 60% of the calls actually go through me, and I hand it down to whoever is probably the most available. A lot of it goes to my son at this point, and a lot goes to Shane Henry. We got Matt Malaby, we got Jody Raffaelli. We hand it off. They go out and they inspect the roofs to see if it's got. We give them the most honest inspection we can possibly give them. And one thing I pride our company on, is we're not just out there telling people that they got hail damage. I spend at least 4 to 6 hours a week going in. So a door knocker goes in and climbs up on the roof, and their job is to get a sale. Mm-hmm. So when they crawl up there and it's borderline, a lot of times, and I'm not criticizing anyway, but a lot of times they will tell a homeowner to file a claim when they shouldn't. And and every once in a while we'll lose a job over it because you send an adjuster out there, And even if they don't go by their regulations, they will cover roofs that really shouldn't be covered.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, they will get a roof covered that we told them if they go by their regulations, this is not going to be covered. But I will tell you, we know our stuff, and if you're going by insurance regulations, we always know what they will and will not cover. So that does happen. But I do pride ourselves as I have realtors call me often and say, "Hey Tony, this was said. We really trust your opinion. We know you're completely honest about everything. We would like you to go out and take a look at it." And I take a lot. I'm proud of that. So
I mean, speaking on that, there's been several instances where I've had somebody call me, "Hey, somebody told me I needed a new roof. Can you come look at it?" And I get up there and I just straight up tell them, I don't see the damage that whoever it was is seeing. I mean, I just don't think it's time for you to worry about a new roof right now.
Yeah, and in full transparency, if they're selling the roof, I mean, selling their house, and it is wore out, and it sometimes if it's right there on the cusp, I will tell the homeowner, hey, you have a 50-50 shot.
Mm-hmm.
You are selling the house.
Yeah.
So if you don't, a 50-50 shot is better than no shot. If you get an adjuster out here that follows the 100% regulations, they're not going to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got one that's a little lenient, they will come out here and they'll cover it, and you don't have all that money come out of closing. So I do tell them that when they are in the I tell them different stuff. If they're in the process of selling their house, I'll probably tell them something a little different sometimes than if they're not selling their house, because it helps them. There is a chance they can get it covered, but the problem with it is if they don't cover it, it is a hit on your insurance. So I don't want me or any of our guys out there telling people to file a claim on a maybe.
Right. Well, and with the housing market nowadays, the lenders just are not going to lend on a house if it needs a roof.
Yes.
So that 50-50 chance goes back to, well, there's a 50% chance we can get it covered by insurance. If you don't, you're still probably going to have to put a new roof on it if we advise you that it needs a new roof anyway.
And that's the reason I tell them that, because new roofs, just like everything else, has gotten unaffordable. I mean, things are so expensive. I don't know how everybody makes it nowadays. I deal with people all the time that are in bad situations, just everyday working couples, just working, both working 45, 60 hours a week and barely paying their bills.
One hot water heater is going to make them go bankrupt.
100%. Most people, if they don't get a check for 2 weeks, are bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the numbers are, but it's staggering. So I hate seeing people. I hate seeing people have to pay out of pocket for a roof.
Yeah.
So if we can assist to get it covered, anything we can do. I don't know. It's just nice to be able to do it.
Yeah. What's one of the biggest challenges that you faced in the roofing industry?
Man, I did it the hard way. There's some people that has gotten into it lately that, they didn't grow up roofing, and they were good at the business side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start out that way. I started out with my head down. I dropped out at an early age in school. I got up on the roof and nailed shingles on. I had some really, really, really long, miserable days. People have no idea that has not been on a roof for 14 to 16 hours a day in the summer. We didn't take off at lunch. And I still to this day remember, I remember how miserable it was and the things I went through, the cramps, the going home heat exhausted. Even though you wake up heat exhausted, still got to get back out there about 10 minutes before daylight. It's been a long process to get where I'm at today. And as I progress, getting involved in with other people, there's a lot of people that's helped along the way. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I've got a great group of guys, the ones that I previously mentioned, Shane Henry, Chad, Crystal Shermer. I've got involved with a lot of good people that has assisted along the way, that has it has took some stuff off my back, because I was a one-man show for a very long time. We call them a chuck in a truck, Now, I will tell you, there are some things that I enjoyed about that better. I went home physically tired.
Yeah.
And I'd take a shower and I could go to sleep. I mean,
I've had jobs like that.
yeah. But now I go home mentally tired.
Yeah.
My mind is going 100 miles per hour. I can't sleep. I mean, there's a totally different thing between being mentally and physically tired. And I will tell you that I enjoy, I'd rather be physically tired than mentally tired.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've had jobs where I got off wringing my shirt out wet, go home and just literally crash from exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
I find nowadays it's more of a mental exhaustion than it is than physical. But
it's got its plus and minuses. But I mean, it was a very long road. People will say, and you hear this a lot. It must be nice, this and that. I know very few people, and I know there are some, but I know very few people that would take the road that I took and stay with it.
Yeah.
It was a very long one. Like I said, started out work subcontracting for my father. Back then, it was really rough. I won't work guys like my father would. Back in the day, you get a bunch of really rough characters. A lot of really rough characters nowadays. If you want to compare our guys, to what I was used to working with my father, man, it's night and day.
I can imagine.
We got a great group of guys that just do what they're supposed to do, and been with us for a long time.
Yeah. What advice would you give homeowners when trying to spot early detection on roof or roof problems?
Me personally, things can happen quick. I would just get a annual inspection, and once a year, once every 2 years, no more than 2 years. Sometimes you get hit by hail and you don't even know it.
You don't.
There's so many people. A lot of people don't even know they need a roof until they start seeing all their neighbors get a roof.
Mm-hmm. Or their insurance company says, "Hey, you need to get a roof, or we're dropping you."
Yeah, and you need to don't ever look at it and say, "Well, I'm going to wait." Well, if there isn't a hail date, once you get hit by hail, you have most companies a year, some of them a year and a half. You have a year to get a roof from that hail date. Once that hail date expires, they're not going to allow you to do it. And I would say, even if your roof is 2 or 3 years old and it's beat with hail, you need to go ahead and do it, because that roof is going to wear out before its lifespan, and you're going to end up paying out of pocket. And paying out of pocket is a big difference from getting an assist from the insurance.
Absolutely. I had a lady one time tell me, I said, "Hey, we just had some hail come through. Don't you need me to come check out your roof, make sure it's okay?" She said, "Oh, I just had it put on 6 months ago." I said, "Well, guess what? Hail can beat up a new roof just like it can an old roof. So just because you had a new roof put on, if you get damage, I mean, it's still possible for it to be there."
And another thing I've seen, and this has happened a lot, and it always costs them thousands. Run into a lot, someone keeps their first insurance check. If you have recoverable on your insurance, which most people do, they're kind of going away from it a little bit right now. But a lot of people have recoverable, which means you get a second check with your insurance. Say you keep your first insurance check and never get your roof replaced. You keep it for whatever reason. You don't get your second check. It's usually bigger than your first, at least half the time is bigger than your first check. And what happens, you go to sell your roof, you go to sell your house, it's going to fail inspection. And then they're going to make you get a new roof, pay out of pocket or take it out of closing to be able to sell your house. So not only did you not get the money that your second check, now say it's 3 or 4 years later, that roof's going to go up $1,200-1,500 in a 3-year span. It is they're going up, and they're going up fast. So say 3 or 4 years later, you go to sell your house, that roof's going to cost a lot more. Plus, you didn't get your second check, so you're going to cost yourself thousands by keeping that first check.
Yep. People don't understand it. They want to go to Jamaica instead of putting a new roof on.
Yeah, and another thing is, you can never file on that roof again. Say you change insurances. When you go to file on that roof a second time, they're going to have a record that you got paid on it 4 or 5 years ago, and they're not going to cover your roof. So after that point, you will and are going to have to pay for it out of pocket.
Yeah. What do you think has contributed most to Langford Roofing's growth and reputation here locally?
Man, more than anything, just drive, man. I mean, I ain't trying to toot my own horn. Um, I I feel that I'm one of them guys that do it regardless. I'm going to get up. I'm going to get it done. Um, I also feel that I show people respect. I'm very vocal, animated. Sometimes can be overly animated, but I do feel. I don't feel. I mean, I do care about people. I want to make a difference in. I want to make a difference in this community. I want to take care of people. I want to do the best work that I can possibly put out. We can put out. Um, our quality means a whole lot to me. More than I can even state. Our quality makes a huge difference. Um, just taking care of people. It starts at home. Spread then your community, then your country, your state, then your country. And I do feel like if everybody does a little bit, I think we can get a lot of stuff done. So I think if you combine all that quality, work ethic, caring about people, I think it goes a long way.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we'll talk a bit about this here in a little bit, but we, also give back to the community. So, that's another, part of it. So, where do you see Langford Roofing in the next 5 years?
I think we'll grow 30 to 50% in the next 5 years. We're doing more and more commercial. We're landing big contracts. We're putting roofs on college. We've always done commercial. I mean, the first big job I ever did at 17 years old, my dad subcontracted me out Jarvis Christian College in Big Sandy. I don't remember how big it is, but it's about 1,000 square. Rock and gravel. We removed the rock and gravel. Went over it. Back then it was torch down, modified bitumen. So I've been doing big commercial for a long time, but about 90% residential through the years.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're starting to do a lot more commercial big projects and plan on doing more and more. So I do feel, well, not only are we, if not the biggest residential roofing company in this area, we will. I have a feeling that we're one of the fastest growing roofing companies also.
I feel the same. Yeah. I mean, you can just see it on social media.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, it's definitely evolving, definitely growing. So
you have to evolve.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the roofing industry has changed from where I started to where I am now. It has completely changed.
Yeah.
And there are some frustrations with that. I'll save that for another day.
How important is giving back to Texarkana for Langford Roofing?
It's probably the most important thing to me. I got to support my family, of course, and make sure we eat. I have lived at low cost for a very long time to be able to give to the community. These kids, and the reason so is, for y'all that know me, I was a troubled kid, got in a lot of trouble. I was a juvenile, and it wouldn't have took much to keep me out of trouble. I mean, it really wouldn't.
Yeah.
So any organization that is for kids, say these schools, football teams, basketball teams, I'm going to tell you an organization I love is We Are Washington. You're keeping a lot of low-income kids during the summer. They feed them, give them things to do. Man, people talk about a bad kid. I don't know too many bad kids. I mean, I know kids that do crazy stuff, but that's just what kids do. And I think if you support these people that are out putting the work in to just keep kids busy. I mean, they go home. My wife was a teacher for 4 years, and she said that kids would come home. I mean, I'd come to school just to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So they go home and don't have nothing to eat. And I will tell you that one of the reasons I got in trouble, don't get me wrong, my parents are great people, very, very good people, but they were non-existent because they were always working, they were always gone. So I kind of raised myself. And all it would have took for me to stay out of trouble is knowing that someone cared and that have someone around to check me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take a lot. if I ever went up to someone's other's places, they'd be like, man, you're one of the most respectful kids I've seen. How do you get in so much trouble? I'm like, well, I'm at home and I'm bored.
Yeah, I understand that. I was a troublemaker. I mean, I never got in serious trouble, but I was constantly, my mom always tells me I'm going to pay for my raising, and now my son, he sure enough knows how to touch my.
Well, I will tell you, when you're by yourself a lot and you have no guidance, you're more likely to start drinking and things of that nature. You start hanging out with other kids that don't have parents around, and you kind of just feed off of each other. And, man, it's nothing worse to me than someone saying that my kid won't do that. When someone tells me my kid did something, I just assume they did it and work backwards.
There you go. I'm the same way.
Assume they did it.
Mine, yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, and I'll confront them like, hey, did you do this? No, I didn't do this. Come on, man.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the TXK Contractor Alliance while I got you here. I mean, that's a new thing that we've got putting together here in Texarkana. Tony kind of led the way on this thing. Really, let's touch on that just a little bit.
Yeah, and I want people to understand. Through the years, we've tried to invest back into the community. Far as I can go through so many situations, far as elderly that cannot take care of themselves. I'm talking about ceilings falling in. To the point that we've had to completely redeck homes, and they don't have they don't have no way of taking care of it. Veterans, you'd be shocked at the situations I've run into, and the situations that's in our community, and there's no help for them, or very little. If there is, it takes so long to get it done that their house is pretty much caved in by the time something's done. So through the years, people would ask on Facebook, hey, I need someone, my grandma's roof is falling in. I started seeing, after doing this for a long time, I started seeing a lot of other roofers, a lot of other handymen, contractors getting on them posts and offering their time, materials, any resources. And I thought to myself, why am I doing this, trying to do this by myself? I mean, I'm only one guy. If I can get a bunch of men together that have my same beliefs and the way I want to take care of this community, we can get so much more done as a group. So right now, I'm not sure how many we have in our group. I think it's 76, 77, something. It's quite a few, and a bunch of great men when you're a contractor, you're competitive, guys. I want you to realize that not all of us like each other. They will pretend to like each other. They absolutely, a lot of us don't, because we're fighting for the same jobs. I think even in that case, you try to respect each other because you got to work in the same, the same area. So a lot of the guys have separated their egos and joined up, and we're teaming up on things and trying to take care of the elder, like I said, you know what I'm trying to say. Elderly vets, disabled vets. I'm just going to tell you one today. I don't know who all knows Matt Shirley from Lone Star Heat and Air. He just shot us a message today. We had a woman that had AC ducts underneath her house.
Yeah, she reached out to me last Friday, as a matter of fact.
That were rodent infested?
Yeah, she had a rodent infestation, and we just dropped it in there, said, hey, can we get some assistance with this? Matt said, I'll send somebody out.
It wasn't a big need, but it was a need that had to be taken care of, and he went out there and donated his time and resources to get it done. In the past, that's something I probably would have ignored because I'm not an AC guy. But now we can just put it in group, we can private message, and we can get things like this done. We're in the process of putting together a 501c3. I mean, I've got several of my competitors in there. I got John Raymond in there. What's the name of his company?
Gilray.
With Gilray.
Yep.
We got Chad Bates with
Near Me.
Near Me.
Yep.
We got James Flowers, Mark Briley with Born to Roof. We got who else do we got? We got Eddie Brewer.
Eddie Brewer.
What is Eddie's company's name?
Brewer Construction.
Brewer Construction.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 or 5 different roofers in there that has set their egos aside and willing to give up their time and resources to try to make this community a better place, because there is a lot out there that people don't know that's going on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the Texas County contractors from the page on there as well. Just goes to show another resource that we're able to provide to the community. I'm proud to be a part of it personally. I mean, I think it's great. I love it whenever I get a text or a call from somebody that says, "Hey, somebody told me you could help me." That makes you feel
no doubt
like you're doing something that's worthwhile.
And I will tell you guys, we can't save the world. I'm aware of that. So we do screen it. And what I mean is we do go out, take a look at it. There are so many people, and I don't mean this offensively, that want things for free instead of paying for it like everybody else. But, we go out there and we know the difference. So we try to screen it the best we can, because we don't have the funds to rebuild Texarkana. We just don't. We can't rebuild their house. Our goals are just to make it a safe and really a safe, decent place to live.
Yep.
If your roof is leaking, if the roof is caving in, we want to make it structurally sound for you. If your floors are, if it's pier and beam and your beams are rotted out, we're going to try to make that structurally sound. We don't want an 85-year-old woman that can barely get around falling through the floor of her house or continuously leaking. We're working on right now one that the whole ceiling is caved in because there's a hole in the ceiling. We've got a veteran right now. In fact, in the process of doing this, he has actually passed away.
I was going to say, I was thinking.
Yeah, he has actually passed away, unfortunately. But we're still going to finish everything up for his wife, a real nice lady here in Texarkana that reached out. So we got them 2 going on. Matt just did the little that. We're fixing to go look at one in Atlanta. A little elderly lady got in a bind because of some theft that she had on her property. Something about a thief, but
Yeah.
So we're doing, as this goes on, I think this is going to get bigger and bigger. I got to get the 501c3 set up, because I do feel that we can get 100% of the labor covered. I think with the amount of people we have, I think we can get 100% of the labor covered. To me, that's huge, though.
That is,
that's huge.
You
I'm hoping to get over 50% of the labor covered. For instance, Home Depot has, I think this is huge, Home Depot has just offered to partner with us and partner with us. In fact, I'm going the roof that's caving in. I'm just gonna have to go get the material list on it. They're partnering with us, going to give us shingles, trim, sheetrock. I mean that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they don't have to do that. And so I'm proud that they have partnered with us. Red River Lumber in the past has donated several full houses to us before we actually came together as a group. Now, Mike Craven over there has done really helped us out in the past, and I think they will continue to help us out when they can. Of course, they're not as big as Home Depot and probably have their limitations themselves, but everybody doing something makes a big difference.
Many hands make light work.
If we can get 50 to 80% of the materials donated in this process, I think we can. The money we raise can cover the rest, and that's really the main purpose of the 501c3 is. We will start trying to raise money, and that money, 100% of whatever we raise is going to cover the rest of the materials. The labor is going to, whatever is left on materials, that's what the only cost that might come out of it is maybe a bookkeeper. You don't want me keeping books. That'd be the most disorganized thing you've ever seen. But other than that, it's going to be 100% going to the cause. And I think it's a big deal when you donate to something and you know that 99 cents out of the dollar went
And you get to see what your dollar went to.
100%.
You know, you're going to get to see. I helped put a roof on that lady's house that was in dire need.
No doubt.
I just think, like I said, I'm proud to be a part of it. I can't wait to see what we get to do in the future with this. I mean, I appreciate you stopping today and coming in here and sitting down with me and let's chat on it. You know, so why don't you tell everybody how to find you if you need anything?
Yeah, if you need to call us, just Google Langford Roof in Texarkana. Cell phone number is 903-701-5440. You will see our guys on Facebook 24/7 putting their stuff out there. Be free to call if you know any of them personally or like dealing with a particular person more than the other. Just call whoever you particularly feel more comfortable with. You know, we will take care of you to the best of our ability. If we do, nobody's perfect. If we do make a mistake, we will give 100% effort to make it right with you.
Yeah, or find us on TexarkanaContractors.com under the roofing section. Real quick before you go, you want to call the hogs? Little woo pig suey, huh? Wear that ugly hat in here.
That is absolutely not. I've had 2 podcasts in a row that my friends have done that has said that I'm a massive hog fan.
Woo pig.
For y'all hog fans, good for you, but hook 'em.
Way to go. Bobby's back. Thank you. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next Friday. Good afternoon.